Good evening, everyone, and good morning to many of you. My name is Ramya Srinidhi, and I live in Bangalore, India. And I'm a very passionate storyteller, and I believe that stories choose the storyteller and their audience. So I'm happy that this story has chosen me to be told today and chosen you to be the audience. So I welcome you to this beautiful story. I have selected this story from a book, and these are interesting stories of inspiring people or inspiring stories of interesting people who live in the books of Sudha Murty. It's a collection of real stories by Sudha Murty, and the title is Something Happened on the Way to Heaven. So I have chosen the story Acceptance, and here's my story. The January sun was streaming in mercilessly through the open door, through the open window of the seventh floor at 7 a.m. in the morning at Ashok Srinivasan's apartment in Mylapore, Chennai. They say that Chennai has three weathers: hot, hotter, hottest. The temperature inside the house was rising. While January, many parts of the country still experienced winter, in Chennai, the mercury was rising. In tandem to the temperature outside, the temperature inside the household of Ashok Srinivasan was also picking up. There were two reasons for this. Ashok Srinivasan's mother, Savitri, had come down from the village to celebrate the Pongal festival with her son and her 3-year-old grandson, Vijay. She had made the best of the sweets and savories for her son and her grandson. The laddus and chaklis and you name it, sweets and spices. Well, her relationship with her daughter in law was cold at best and hostile at worst. Savitri disapproved of her daughter in law Rama's rather cosmopolitan upbringing. And she also didn't approve of Rama going out to work. Well, the other reason for this increasing mercury levels inside the house was that Rama's house help had quit her job. Now, poor Rama had to manage work, had to take care of her 3-year-old son Vijay, had to do all the household chores, and she was rather very, very upset. Well, paying no heed to any of this, Ashok Srinivasan sat down in his living room and picked up the Hindu, a staple diet of news in the city, the newspaper. And as he opened the newspaper, he looked towards the kitchen and said, Rama, one coffee, ma. Well, within few minutes, a steaming hot tumbler of coffee came and crashed on the table. Ashok looked up and he saw his wife standing there with burning eyes. Yennaachima, what happened, Marama? He said. Well, in Tamil Nadu, there is a bull taming sport called Jallikattu, which is also paid during the Pongal festival. Well, there the bulls are chosen because of their main intention to fight. Well, when he looked at his wife Rama's eyes, he saw the same trepidation in her eyes also. What happened, you want to know? You want me to calm down? How long can I work like this? Screamed Rama. Taking care of the child, the house, and at work, I can't take any more leave and I'll have to quit my job. How many times have I told you, Ashok, to find some house? She said. Well, Rama, we have tried everywhere. We have told everyone. We have told the security. We have told friends, family. Don't worry, we'll find someone, said Ashok. Well, how long can I go about like this? She screamed, and now there is your mother also visiting us, she said. Well, just then Savitri, who was sitting in front of the puja room, drawing kolam, the rangoli with rice flour, and her 3-year-old grandson sitting next to her, immediately got up and walked straight to the living room, wiping her hands to the 9-yard sari which she had tied to perfection. What is the matter, Ashok? Why is your wife raising her voice? Look at the way she is talking. Is that the way to talk to the husband? That is why I told you, you should have found a girl from the village. One Samattaponnu, one lovely child I would have got for you. And man, look at this girl, and you have allowed her to go to work. And at that moment, Savitri's eyes met Rama, and both of them locked their eyes, waiting for the other one to make the first move. Just then, there was the doorbell. Well, it was Sunday morning. They didn't expect anybody at that time of the day. Usually, a doorbell would be totally unwelcome, but at this moment, Ashok was so happy that there was somebody at the door. All the attention now shifted to somebody who was ringing the doorbell. Rama withdrew her claws and stepped back from that fight which would have begun between the mother and wife and the daughter-in-law. She walked straight to the door and opened the door. What she saw outside, Rama was a little taken aback. Outside the door stood an enormous lady wearing an ill-fitting cotton sari with muscular arms and about towering 6 feet tall. Uh, she looked something like a eunuch, a transgender, something that you find sometimes at the traffic signals begging for money. Rama was about to close the door when the lady spoke in a manly voice. Akka, uh, I heard that you're looking for a job, looking for a maid, and I'm looking for a job, Akka. I heard the security person talking to somebody, so I just walked into your house. Is the job still open? Can you please give me the job, Akka? She said. Just then, Savitri, who walked in, saw this person and said, Rama, close the door. Who is this? I'm sure she is trying to rob us. Close the door. Call the police, said Savitri. The person outside, in a calm voice, said, Party, I'm not trying to rob you. Uh, can you please give me a job, Party? If nobody gives us a job, how will we make ends meet? We will end up begging and doing criminal acts. If we don't get a job, can you please give us a job? He said. Savitri, Rama looked at her and said, What is your name? My name is Santoshi Akka, said the lady outside. Immediately, Savitri screamed and said, Ashok, do something about it. Can't you see how this evil witch is casting her black magic on Rama and getting her to have a conversation? Close the door, send her out. Do something, Ashok, she said. The lady standing outside looked at Rama and he said, Akka, uh, my name is Santoshi. I'm 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 not a witch. I live I live under the Kotupuram bridge, the slums under the bridge. There are a lot of orphaned children and we are trying to help and give them a life. And if you don't give us a job, how can we help them, Akka? Ashok, do something, screamed Savitri when Ashok stepped in and said, Rama, why don't you give some old sari and clothes and send her away? Before Rama could say anything, Ashok continued and said, Nonsense is this, Rama? Why do you even seem to be interested in talking to her? What will happen? I mean, what will society think? What will people talk if we employ this creature? Send her away. Rama looked at her husband and she said, Ashok, don't call her a creature. Didn't she tell you her name was Santoshi? Well, Savitri was fuming at this and she screamed at Rama, and Rama was trying to reason out, and so did Ashok in all this commotion. Immediately, Rama screamed and said, Vijay! Their 3-year-old son was not in the living room anymore. They immediately looked for him in the kitchen, in the room, but he was not to be seen anywhere. And when they looked outside at the window, Santoshi was not standing there either. Savitri fainted on the floor, screaming that I knew she has come to rob our grandson. Nobody listened to me. And she cried. Amma, close the door, said Ashok. And they stepped outside. Rama, the lift has gone down. You take the service lift, I'll take the stairs, and we'll go down. Immediately, Ashok took the stairs and got down. Rama took the service lift. They got down, and when they went to the ground floor, there was nobody there. They rushed to the gate, and the security was not there, and the gate was open. They searched everywhere in the ground floor, but there was nobody. Rama had tears rolling down her eyes as she looked at Ashok and said, Ashok, we need to call the police. Immediately, they took the elevator and came back to their 7th floor. And as soon as the door opened next to their house, near the steps, was Santoshi with their 3-year-old daughter Vijay on her lap. Vijay was playing with Santoshi's glass bangles as they made the tinkling sound. Santoshi immediately got up and tried to give the child, who was still clinging on to Santoshi, feeling very comfortable sitting there with her and still playing with her bangles and loving the tinkling sound. Rama was shocked. She was still in terrible shock. Tears rolled down her eyes. She tried to pull her child. Santoshi said, Akka, let me explain. When the three of you were talking loudly, Akka, the child walked out, and when the lift door was open, he went inside. I didn't know what to do. What if the child got out in some floor and fell down? So immediately I took the stairs. The lift opened in the 3rd floor. The child came out. I picked him up. And I immediately came back, Akka, but I rang the bell and nobody opened it. So I just sat here waiting for you. You can take the child now, she said. Ashok and Rama looked at each other, put their head down in shame. Ashok looked at his wife and said, Rama, do you think you have found your house help? Rama smiled and looked at Santoshi and said, Santoshi, let us go inside. Shall we talk about your terms and conditions of your work agreement inside the house? She said. As they walked in, Rama said, Santoshi, do you know, some decisions have to be taken from the heart and not from the head. And she smiled and they walked inside the house with Vijay still sitting on Santoshi's lap. Thank you for listening to this story.
Wonderful. Thank you. So the title of the story is Acceptance.
Yes.
So who has accepted what?
According to me, it is acceptance of Rama, acceptance on the part of Ashok, and also acceptance on the part of Santoshi. I don't know what happened to Savitri, but at least I know the husband, wife, the child and Santoshi have accepted something new. They have included something new in their life, and they have embraced something new. So that is how I see it.
Hmm. Manjiri,
You're on mute, Manjiri.
you got to turn your mic on.
That was very well told, Ramya. And I'm a big fan of Sudha Murthy's books, and you really brought the story to life. Thank you.
Thank you, Manjiri. I have fell in love with this story when I first read, because I have also, as a person, this story has done a lot of impact for me. So that's why I believe there's no age when you need to read and a story has to impact. Just this story did a lot of impact to me as a person. So I find it very close to my heart.
Mhm. Anybody else? Thought?
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for
Oh,
listening to this
Jayanti.
story.
Jayanti, go ahead.
Yes, ma'am.
The way, I mean, the narration part, I love the story, but the way it was expressed, excellent, Ramya. I mean, I could
Thank you, ma'am.
enjoy.
Thank you, Jayanti, ma'am. Means a lot. Thank you.
Yes, you definitely brought the story to life.
Thank you, Eric.
Mhm. Shraddha?
Yeah, hi Ramya. I was off video for a long time and I was just listening in actually. You may hear the cooker ka shitting in my background because it's dinner time. But it was a wonderfully told story. I really enjoyed your telling, even if I was only on audio. The emotive quality of your voice and it just came through really, really well. So thank you for sharing that.
Thank you, Shraddha. Thank you. Means a lot.
Wonderful. Okay, thank you, Ramya.
Thank you, Eric. Thank you so much for this wonderful platform. And I'm ever grateful to Eric for the space that he has created. And I always reach out to him wondering what story to tell. And he said, why don't you tell a personal story? But I connected with this story, which was a true and inspiring story and a personal experience of somebody else. Baswar Mukherjee has penned this, and it's a collection of stories. So somehow I thought I need to tell this story today. And thank you, Eric, for this wonderful platform that you've created.
Thank you.